Welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. Like many of you, I've been reviewing the smartwatches that are coming down the pike, and they've sure improved since 2014. Well, it's the beginning of 2015, and we're going to take a look at a few of the new ones that have hit the market. With our first video, number one, starting with a watch from number one called the G2. The G2 is strikingly similar to some other watches we know and love. It works basically the same way. It's a tethering watch, which means it's truly a smart watch that has to be hooked up to your smartphone. But unlike proprietary ones that are exclusive to their line of phones, this will sync with any Android phone. And so actually I think iOS as well now. So that was what was interesting. It's got all those cool features in it, and it's not stuck with one particular phone. However, wait until we're done. I'm pressing the button and turning it on, and you can see it's like a regular watch. Let's dive into this and see that I've got an analog display, but I can press and hold, and I can come up with other options, including their trademark digital display, which looks like this, that has access to camera, pedometer, and settings, and all that good stuff. You see the headphone in the upper corner there means I am tethered to my phone right now, which lets me do all sorts of fun things like make phone calls and get notifications, all that stuff. I also have an audio recorder and a camera to take little pictures and a video recorder, and folks, that's the showstopper for this watch. That's the spoiler. Don't buy this watch because of that. Not because they're so bad, because they're so bad on all of them. I'll tell you about the video in a minute. This is a 2-megapixel camera. A 2-megapixel camera. I'm getting ahead of myself. No, any smartwatch that's got a 2-megapixel camera is not going to do justice for you. You got to start with 3, which can be interpolated up to 5. Ideally a 5-megapixel, and I think there's an 8-megapixel camera out now. But don't go with the 2. It's gimmick, and it really looks bad. You've got the new feature of a TV or air conditioner remote control unit where you supposedly can turn your TV on and off and change channels. This is not working as of the latest firmware update, which came out basically between Christmas and New Year's after they released one Christmas Eve, and it's still not right. So, you know, you're going to be watching this way in the future, and hopefully they'll have that all ironed out by then. But for now, I would say, nah, that's kind of gimmicky too. You got an onboard stopwatch that's running. It doesn't do much other than stopwatch. Calculator, you can tie in with Yahoo Weather and get the weather for your site. That's a download app that you can do with the MediaTek smart device installed on your phone. Now let's talk about that. On your watch, you'll find a place where there's a little code that you can shoot with your camera, and you can find the website to download the MediaTek smart device. That app is also in iOS, and it's also in the Play Store. But folks, guess what? The Play Store version is not new enough to run on this particular phone, because this has got the Bluetooth 4 in it, and the MediaTek driver wasn't accurate enough to link, so I really did actually have to use that barcode thing. So check what the version of the MediaTek smart device app is, probably under the About. This is released at Christmas Day of December of 2014, version 14.12.25, and that's what this particular watch needed in order for it to sync up and work. The one from the Play Store didn't work. I had to uninstall it and start over. Back again. The home button's back here, by the way. One push turns it on, turns it off, and a long push turns it off completely. The camera and the infrared are up here in the top, which lets you shoot pictures or supposedly control your TV. All right, let's get down to it. What's wrong with this phone? Why isn't it cool? A couple of things. When you get to the fitness stuff, right here, the pedometer, first of all, when you start that puppy and let it go, it just starts kind of collecting arm movements no matter what you're doing. So if you keep it on, you're not getting very much accuracy in terms of actually taking steps. However, I guess it works if you start it when you're ready to run and then stop it right afterwards. Okay. The sleep monitor and the sedentary reminder. Oh, we have to stop the pedometer. Sorry. They're kind of, you know, this is just a countdown timer, for goodness sakes, for 30 minutes, and then it'll wake you up to stand up and stretch. I mean, that's a good thing, but whatever. The heart rate monitor, let's talk about that puppy. The heart rate monitor is the same thing that used to be built into those old original digital watches on the side that have a little thing that would shoot light into your fingertip, and the reflection of the light through your capillaries would cause you to dilate the thing and it would read your pulse. Well, this works basically the same way, and if you put your finger over it and do it, more or less, you can get a repeatable pulse rate, which I don't like. I'm going to do it again. If you strap it on your arm, however, it's just not making contact with where your capillaries are to get an accurate reading. And with your body all sweaty and stuff, I don't recommend it. I'll tell you what you can do, though. You probably won't see these in other videos. You can slip it on, make it pretty loose, okay? Make it pretty loose. And then slide your finger under it. The reason you need it loose is so you don't like strap off your capillaries so it doesn't read. Well, it was on. Let's start it now. Put our finger there. With the watch pretty loose, you might be able to get an accurate reading. Yeah, right. Okay, Doc. Oh, stop my McDonald's and Starbucks runs. Anyway, back to what's wrong with this watch. Well, that's kind of one of them. But the real thing that bothers me has to do with the video recorder. The camera as well, but more so the video recorder. Now, like I said, all these 2-megapixel cameras are basically worthless, but this is seriously worthless. I'm starting a recording right now, okay? You can see that it jiggers back and forth. Why? It's got a frame rate of 5 frames per second. Not 30, not 60, 5. The format, for those of you concerned, is AVI. You can play that in some of the apps on Android and iPhone. It's not MOV or MP4, and you can convert it. But guess what its pixel size is? No, it's not HD. No, not 640 by 480. No, 176 by 144. The watch has more pixels than the picture you're looking at right now. Now, the bit rate goes at 278 kilobits per second, and in 1 minute and 10 seconds, you'll consume a file size of 3.4 megabytes. Now, why is that important? Because guess what? That's all the memory this phone gives you on board. It's, there you go, not enough memory. Now, I had nothing in this phone, nothing at all, and I just started doing this little video. Let's go back and go back to playing the video. Well, you know what? The best thing to do that is to go into the file manager, where you can see the total of 100%. I have 0 left. In the watch, videos, I have the movie, and if I gotta disconnect the Bluetooth music to play the video. I'm starting a recording right now. You can see that it jiggers back and forth. Why? There you go. It's playing it. 5 frames per second. I'm done. The watch is full. I can't do anything more. I can't shoot pictures. I can't put in my own music. I can't download a movie. I can't do anything. And you can't take it apart. Yeah, there's screws right there, but it says clearly in the, whoa, sorry folks, in the little manual that comes with it right here, it says clearly that if you try to take it apart for any reason whatsoever, you void the warranty. So I don't even know if there's a card place to stick a memory card in it. It's not mentioned on the website at all. So as far as a nice phone that does some interesting stuff, as long as you don't plan on using the camera or the video, or record any audio, or try to load any songs, or play any movies, or do anything else that you might want to do with it besides tell the time, then you got yourself a watch. But if you want to use it for something other than a pedometer that doesn't really work that well, a heart rate monitor that doesn't really give you accurate results, and a phone that needs to be tethered to the watch in order to receive and make phone calls.